Valley tonight, and we're on top of breaking news at this hour at the Huntsville International Airport. One person has died, 12 others are injured. WAFF 48's Barbie Zura was about 50 feet from the tents when they collapsed this afternoon. She begins our team coverage from the air show. Barbie, describe the scene for us.
Jeannie, as you can see right now, it's pretty much empty. Just a few hours ago, I mean, this parking lot, everything was just packed with thousands of people. And then from this tragic experience, everybody quickly left. I'm going to step out of the scene right now and show you what we're seeing behind me. As you can see, a lot of these workers are still here, still going through stuff. You can see the tents, the chalet tents, just up down this runway. And as of just after 2 o'clock today on the south end of this runway, huge winds and thunderstorms just ripped through here, and you can see that these tents, the aftermath of the strong wind. We were told there were 3 chalet tents and a generator that were overturned due to the winds. The 3 tents that were overturned were the SAIC tent, the City of Huntsville, and the G.W. Jones & Son tent. We were told, had a chance to talk to a lot of witnesses, a lot of people that experienced it, and myself, I was just, like you were saying, so close away. But we were told today that event coordinators wouldn't allow stakes to be in the pavement on these tents. So what they did allow people to do is to use these huge water gallons to secure the tents. And obviously with strong winds like happened today, there's no way that can secure. We were also told by many witnesses that yesterday a couple of the tents were thrown over. So right now, yeah, we've been here all day, Jeannie. It's definitely an indescribable experience, but we did have a chance to talk to several witnesses, and this is what they had said when the big storm hit.
As soon as this storm hit, we had started to walk from the stands towards our car and got caught in the middle of it, and we're about right here when all of the commotion started over there. And
what did you see? Paint a picture.
I was looking for my son. I was making certain he was next to me, and just trying to get out without getting run over. And it went from having a fantastic time watching the air show to just pandemonium, all in one fell swoop. And you just saw a mountain of people heading towards the gates. And
what was the first thought in your mind when you saw that?
Make certain my son was okay, and then what a horrible thing to go from just pure joy to pure fear. Right? The raindrops hit so hard you could feel the sting.
It was cold. It was so cold.
Felt like I was on a boat with it raining and the stinging of the rain.
I'm sorry it ended like this. This is tragic.
Yeah.
This is just tragic, and it's so sad that it had to end such a beautiful experience.
I was disappointed and at the same time totally understood. I mean, it was, you could see what was going on and wasn't expecting them to continue on with the show.
Jeannie, as you can see, I mean, in a blink second is when things just turned crazy.
And Barbie, I want to ask you too, because we've been talking in our newsroom to people out in the field. You guys, as our crew members, have talked to several witnesses, and people actually took shelter in these tents as the rains just kind of kept pouring in. And that's when all of this, the high winds just came, overtook the airfield, and that's when all this happened, right?
Definitely. I was sitting right here in our live van, actually, and I could hear the rain just hitting the van outside. Looked outside, there was tons of people underneath our tent. I looked out, everybody just running for shelter, and everybody was, the rain is just so strong when that wind picks up that they just wanted to get out and be safe and grab their families and whatnot. Nobody knew what would soon come of that.
All right, thank you so much, Barbie. We appreciate your report. And WAFF 48's Eric Salman now picks up our team coverage at a news conference. Eric, what's the latest?
Well, Jeannie, here are the facts, hard and fast. According to the airport's executive director, he tells us that 12 spectators were injured and that there was 1 fatality from today's event. Now, we haven't learned who this was, how old they were, any of that from this press conference. It wrapped up. Lasted maybe 2 or 3 minutes. HIMSI Director Don Webster spoke as well about the injuries. The 12 spectators that were injured, he said that they were taken to Huntsville Hospital with what he believed to be non-life-threatening injuries at this time. Again, we do have 1 fatality, and that's all that we have been told from this press conference. That just wrapped up just a few minutes ago. Of course, the airport says their prayers and thoughts are with those affected, and that that the joy of this air show has turned into sorrow. Again, 12 spectators injured, 1 fatality. We're going to stay out here and try to find as much information as we can. For now, live outside of the Huntsville International Airport, Eric Solomon, WAFF 48 News.
Now, Eric, I want to ask you a question real quick. We've had several people call up here really concerned about their family members out there at the air show. Did they say anything? What's the best way to find out information if they're okay? Eric, you there? All right, and I apologize for that. We'll go back to Eric a little later on in the show. Now, meanwhile, WAFF 48 News had several team members at the air show when all of this happened. Here are some pictures they snapped right after the tents collapsed. Now, these pictures are from our camera operators, Mike Matthews and Mark Deal. You can see just the tents just overturning all of the people on the scene. If we could go to the next picture here.